Hey, survivors, welcome to the channel. We're going to talk about rumination today. Why does it happen? The relationship with the narcissist really causes a lot of trauma, and it's a different kind of breakup. Also, too, if you've dealt with possibly parents or coworkers, a lot of times we go through a lot of strong emotions. And what causes that? I had talked yesterday a little bit about the effect it has on our brain. So when we're dealing with a normal breakup or the end of a normal relationship, it makes sense. It kind of makes sense. And you look back, you have fond memories. It just kind of falls into place. You do have a little sadness that the relationship is over, but when you're dealing with a narcissist, it's extremely different. And there's Samantha with this third time. She's my hero logging in for 3 times in a row. I think that's because we're twins. She's my soulmate. We got a lot in common. Sorry, somebody just honked their horn. My dog doesn't normally bark. Oh, she's gonna bark like crazy today. She was really odd today. The neighbor kids wanted to take her for a walk, and she didn't want to go, so she's acting real weird. I got a new fridge today, so maybe a little commotion that came in when I wasn't home. Yes, you are my sister too, girl. And I had a really interesting, frustrating day today at school. And John is here saying hi to Sam. I know we'll get into the rumination, but I had today at school, like I said, it was like a really crazy day. And I keep saying that the narcissist brain emotionally is like a child. And if some of this resonates with you, let me know. Yeah, the new fridge. It's so good because I'm like, I got to clean it out this weekend. And I don't have to. Those guys did a great job. It's all nice and organized. Um, but I had this heart to heart with the kids. They were horrendous. It was fourth grade. And for the life of them, they could not get it together. I'm an art teacher, did not teach 1 minute, maybe 40 seconds today, because I tried announcing, hey, we have Monday off. Does anybody know why we have it off? People are shouting things out, taking away other people's learning time, and they just want to be heard. And they cannot get it through their heads. The routines that we have in place, you're supposed to raise your hand. And it was on and on that they just kept talking and talking over each other, answering for each other. Even when you give them, like, hey, that takes away their moment, either to shine or to learn, to process that question and answer it. So I was trying to say, hey, Monday is Martin Luther King Day, and who is he? Um, and I made 3 kids cry today, and that's not good. But I started kind of doing where I'm quiet, waiting for them to settle down after getting exhausted of doing all the little techniques. And so finally I yelled and it got silent. And I did it on purpose. I was trying to prove a point. And when I talked to them so sternly, so harshly, and cutting them off and speak up, and just it was interesting. They listen, they fall into place. And I'm like, guys, you are telling me you want to be treated mean because when I'm nice to you, you don't listen. And you know how I relate all this stuff to kind of how a narcissist is, for us to really get a grasp on what their emotional state is, because it's kind of mind blowing. You see an adult, you see a lot of times a very intelligent person, um, and they act a weird way, um, and it kind of shows you that the kindness that we're showing has no effect on them at all. So when we're trying to make things better, it's just like the kids in school. I could bake them cupcakes. I could do this. I could do that. Um, I do give out suckers, and it's like that's why they like me, or that's why they try their best. As soon as they get what they want, as soon as they get a sucker, they go back to doing their own thing. So when we're trying to make things better with our person, we're you know it doesn't resonate with them, and even with the kids, like, they can kind of process it, kind of give you some compassion, but instantly gone. They'll state what they need to do, and I'm sorry, and we'll change our ways. And within sometimes like immediate, like I'm talking immediately, they'll go right back to doing what they're doing. So do they change? I've had these kids since September 6th, I think, and it's January 12th, and it's like ongoing daily. JG, yo's. Good to have you in chat tonight. Um, but yeah, the rumination we were talking about, it's our mind trying to process things, trying to cope, trying to understand. And we talked a little bit yesterday about, sleep paralysis, all that kind of stuff. But when we go to sleep, it's our mind kind of putting things where they need to go to give us, the memory, sort through the things of the day. And rumination, you can get stuck in it. And that's why it's really important not to. But why does this happen? Some of us, it's because of the beliefs that we had on what's up, what's up. So, John saying hi to JG, saying what's up. And tomorrow's a half a day. And that's the other art teacher from a different school reaching out to me. Nathan, you are back. Hi to everyone. Excellent to have everybody. Feel free to let me know if you guys have struggled with rumination. We can talk about other things. That's kind of like the little starter conversation. But our mind's trying to process things because it was so unbelievable. And because of our empathetic nature, we're trying to understand ourselves, understand what we did wrong. Um, but guys, tell me how your day went. I told you mine was a little interesting. It was sad I couldn't even teach 1 minute, but you keep giving in to the kids. They're not gonna learn. And same with our narcissists. They're just not gonna learn. And, I had a lot of hugs after that conversation, quite a few. I'm sorry. I got a couple notes saying they're sorry and they'll try to do better, but it's not going to happen. They're just going to go right back to it. Lily, hey y'all, good to have you. So we got a good portion of the core group already in, and um, we're intelligent people, and we're like, why didn't we see that coming? Some of us question, why we weren't good enough, and I don't want you to feel that. Um, it's whether it's a healthy I mean, it's kind of not healthy, a normal relationship or a narcissistic relationship, a lot of it is on the breakdown of the communication. But with the narcissist, they even have a lot more, possibly aggressive tendencies, a lot more frustrations, little things bug them, and they just don't have the coping skills. So even Lee Hammock, I don't know if you guys watch him, but he is a self-aware narcissist, and he was just posted something how, the rage isn't always directed at you or about you. It could be directed towards you, but it's not always about you. And I've mentioned that before because there's times when we do everything we can and we get bitched at, talked down to. They get so frustrated they leave and over little things. Sometimes it's misdirected anger. And Nathan says hi to me. Good to see you, Nathan. I see your name. So that's Lily's waving, and so is John. Um, Good group of people. I love that you guys join in. But the thoughts that we have keep popping up because they're unsettled. Sometimes we don't know where to put them. Do we put our hopes and our dreams in the past? Some of us hold on to it, hoping to reconcile. And some of that is because of the pattern of abuse that we've been through. We've been through that intermittent reinforcement that really does condition us. And I see a lot more people joining in. Feel free to join in, chat with us, ask any questions. We're all really supportive. Got a great group of people here, and I love. I told you one of my best friends is somebody I've never met. She reached out to me when I was selling costumes on eBay, so it's kind of neat. There's hope of finding some really good people that we've never seen. Um, but our brains are damaged now, and they're going through rewiring, kind of like when you tear a muscle or it has to intermingle and heal. And John says it was today. Oh my gosh. So, John, how was your day? He was with a woman for 40 years as his girlfriend, and she passed away 1 year ago today. Also, you had court today. How did court go? Let me know about both of those. Is it hard for you? Nathan says, "Oh, we love you, Cynthia. I love you guys too, and that's why I look forward to these chats." So Nathan says, "What's up, brother John?" And Lily says that she's sorry for your loss and everything you're going through. Um, we need to kind of take control over our thoughts so we can take control over our lives. I know, John, it was probably a hard day. Um, you know, I, I've recently lost my father, also my grandfather, a little bit back too. But, you know, uh, think about the good times. Think about the good times and feel that you were lucky to have those times instead of feeling like you missed out on a future without her. And I know it's a mind shift and that's hard to do. Sometimes we get caught up in our feelings. Um, I'm glad John says it went okay. My neighbor acted stupid in court today. He has to go back again, but they got your depositions. Oh, so was it just for like a meeting between the lawyers for the deposition? Or was actually in court? Sometimes they do it different ways. I've had depositions where you just meet in a meeting room. Calibri, hello from Seattle. I hope everyone is doing well. We got a lot of people that are doing well. John is kind of, it's a 1 year anniversary from when his girlfriend of 40 years passed away, but he had court and says it went okay. How about you, Calibri? How'd your day go? Calibris are soap opera digest. And, um, even just talking to people who can relate to us makes a difference. John says the lawyer and housing were there. The lawyer actually rode me there himself. Really? Well, that's a good sign. Got some support. Like, we want you there. We want you there. Um, and when we remove the toxicity, it really helps, makes life go so much easier. John says, I'm sorry, JG says to John, sorry, not getting married. I like your style. So yeah, some people, uh, choose not to, some people think it's a piece of paper or financially, I've known of some people who receive certain benefits or alimony if they stay unmarried. I had a friend growing up whose mother was married, and it was a happy marriage for the most part, from what I know. And they actually got divorced because he needed extreme medical care, and the insurance wasn't going to cover it, so they'd get divorced so he could get Medicaid. He passed away, but um, sometimes people do that too. Kalibi says no contact is a must to starve the narcs. And, um, even just to protect ourselves. John says, thanks. That's what I'm doing, Cynthia, remembering all the good times. And that's a healthy way to look at it. We can bring ourselves up or we can bring ourselves down. A lot of it is a mind shift that we're going to have to do. Um, because I've wasted a lot of my days wandering aimlessly around my house. I don't usually sit down and you feel lost. I've fallen into that Facebook or YouTube trap a little too many times where it just takes you down all these little rabbit holes and you're like, how did I end up here? And it causes extra frustration or just even just loss of time. You could be doing something. I grew up pretty naive, pretty sheltered, pretty naive. Even just like when I go to other people's houses, I'm like, wow. Or the way somebody cuts a sandwich or organizes something, I'm like, I'm so sheltered. It's good to get out there, good to see what other people have. They have those like housing trains where you just go look at real estate for sale just to kind of see what is out there. do different activities. I have been doing a lot more outdoor adventures, not so much in the winter, but going on hikes and enjoying nature, just taking in that moment. We talked about living in the moment. So if you're doing that, going for a walk or something, instead of getting lost in your thoughts for answers that you probably will never find an answer to, like look around and see that, there's a lot of times you walk past beautiful birds, creepy insects. You're a lot more observant when you live in the moment. And that's one thing too, moving on, we need to be more observant. Are we with the right kind of people? Are we seeing the red flags? Are we experiencing everything to the utmost? We have one life, as far as I know. Somebody brought up something about, I think it was Mayor, about reincarnation. And we all have different beliefs, but I don't believe in reincarnation. That doesn't make sense to me, that we would learn everything we learn. And then it'd be nice if that was true. If there was reincarnation, you get born, you already have like an Einstein brain, you keep building upon it. We could be superheroes and non unstoppable. John says, I'm sorry, Calibri, it's good to have a healthy practice, having projects. Being retired encourages me to have projects to keep busy since I love simple do it yourselves. Also, cooking and gardening keeps you busy. And, you have more of a contentment when you do certain things like that. You have a stronger pride. Like if even just, weeding your, property or planting some flowers. Lee says, I love nature, get to walk a lot since having dogs over 2 years. And that is one nice thing. When I walk my dog, um, kind of makes sense, you're out there walking the dog. It's good for the dog, good for you. Kind of gives you a little bit of a purpose, a little bit of motivation to keep doing it. And you also, I told you guys, Dixie is a kid magnet. Guys, if you take a dog for a walk, it's a chick magnet. Yeah, Dixie just attracts kids. Like I said, I just had 3 of them walking my dog about a half hour ago. John says, my mantis suit project is coming along great. I had 3 different models done. 3 different models. Fantastic by next week. JG says, I've been biking down the Florida East Coast. Ooh, that's awesome. Along the 95, is that where you're at? But I used to live in Rockledge. Florida by Cocoa Beach. And um, there's it's I just recently bought 2 bicycles too. So are you talking about biking? Sometimes people like motorcycling, but it's good to stay healthy, keep our bodies in top shape, and that'll kind of help cut down on the rumination too. Doing the projects, getting lost in them. So I'm hoping this turns out for John, though. I'm hoping it turns out good. And, moving forward, tell me some of the things that you're looking forward to doing. Me, I'm looking forward to moving. After today, I'm kind of wondering, do I do that teacher of psychology or keep doing art? It gets so loud and just all the kids talking when they're allowed to. But there is something called art therapy, which can be really peaceful and bring a whole bunch of cool feelings when you complete a project. JG says, oh, you saw now a cougar, like a sexy woman, or are you talking like, I think you're talking about a sexy woman. Um, on the beach today was great. I don't think you mean a uh, cougar cat, large cat. That'd be crazy. There's supposed to be like Nathan, have you heard of the Black Panther that's supposed to be lost somewhere in Michigan? There's like sightings. It's out on my side of the state, and beautiful animals, but I freak out. I hope you're talking about a beautiful woman. John says, I saw a cougar once when I was driving along a back. Have you guys really? Whoa, John, you've seen one in real life too, and you're not talking about a beautiful older lady? This is scaring me. Gosh, I'd freak out. Um, I know when I was down in Florida, there was a newspaper article of somebody like we have roadkill. I've hit 4 deer in 1 year, and this it was a fatal accident. It was kind of sad, but um, it was an alligator or what crocodile, alligator, but that's how he died. It might have been crocodile. Uh, how tall was she? You're talking about a lady, a little lady friend. Um, so yeah, go out and look at the eye candy, I guess, you know. But, you know, we do have some human nature to us. But as far as the struggles that we put ourselves through, we can try to minimize that because it just prolongs the length of time before we heal. And the quicker we can heal, the quicker we can have more healthy relationships. And I've really been thinking about, you know, just how does it get so off? And Samantha says, "Oh, you're back. You had a call. Okay, good to have you back." So hopefully the phone call was a positive one. I still got to call my mom today. Um, but some of it's just miscommunication, misinterpretation. But we're trying to figure stuff out that is so unsettled, our mind keeps coming back to it. Have you ever taken a test and there's that one question that's unsettling? Was it B? Was it C? I don't know. I don't know. Um, and it feels off to you. There's something about it that keeps nagging at you. And it's kind of like our relationships. You love what do you like about Bluetooth devices? I'm kind of naive on them. I've sort of used them, but not like I should. What do you like best about the Bluetooth? Kalibi says, "Oh, I forgot to add CB radio and shortwave radio." Um, as far as Oh, I'm sorry. Latest hobby that I have is to have different radios at home. Internet radio to get international broadcast, HD radio to get crystal clear location stations, and Bluetooth streaming lets me listen to videos. And that's what's so nice about technology. Sometimes it drives me crazy, but it's really nice. All the extra luxuries that we have. Sam says, "Hey, man, Nathan." So Calibri, I used to do CB radios when cell phones just came out, but they were like, I don't even, $1.99 a minute. But the CB radio got you by in between on those long car rides. It's kind of fun. Feel like, I don't know, gives you extra importance that you can talk to people. Uh, Kalibi says Bluetooth. Yeah, I know it lets you listen wirelessly. I haven't had luck. I bought two, and that's why I'm still using this. I bought whatchamacallit, where it has a microphone and uh, speaker, and I went through 2 of them. I had a I bought them from Metro PCS, which is a phone store, and I thought they'd be fine, so I didn't even really care about the return because 'cause I'm like, "I'm gonna keep them," and of course they don't work. So I had the receipt, but because it was an accessory, they wouldn't take them back, so I contact the company, and they're like, "We'll send you a replacement," and it was like $14 a ship, and I'm like, I don't even know if they haven't worked once, and I've gotten 2 replacements. So I'm like, I just ate the 14 bucks. I didn't let them give a replacement. And that sucks, you know, that people can get away with certain things like that. That's why those diet pills, things like that, where it's like money back guarantee, a lot of them don't give a crap if they work. And they think that by telling you, "Hey, it's okay, you know, if you don't have uh luck with it, go ahead and return it." But there's all that fine print, like we're screwing all of us over. They know that people are lazy, people are creatures of habit, that, you know, we're just gonna say it's not worth the hassle to go to the post office, mail it back. So they pocket the money. You know, they can offer refunds to 5% of the people. They offer it to 100, thinking 5% will return it. And there's so many scams out there. Um, that's it's like a catch 22. Like sometimes it makes us not trust. Like there could be possibly some really good winnings that I've won that I've gotten through my Gmail. I don't even open them anymore. So we could be missing out on opportunities, but we see it as a red flag. It's altering our our world. And Nathan says, "Hey to Sam. What about a ham radios are neat. I never had one. Those I like. My stepfather used to have that. I think my ex did too. I never really listened. When did he have it? I think he had it when we were dating, not when we lived together." Um, John says, "One of my speakers has lights that match the output volume. Have one app where I can broadcast my voice on speaker." Ooh, tell me how that goes. I like that. And JG says, "I need some Bluetooth headphones." Um, I need mine with the microphone though. Uh, so that might be what's causing the problem. But yeah, JG, it would probably be really nice to be able to just walk around and do whatever you want. I probably should invest in it, you know, because I used to always talk to my friend and clean. It's kind of like distraction from the chore. And I got a lot more housework done. You just lose track of the time. Lily says, "Wow, cool." Kalibi says, "Ham requires a license to operate, though the license is minimal, $35 for 10 years." Oh, if it's for 10 years, that's nothing. Get all the inside scoop. John says, "I used to use FRS radios with my girlfriend to keep in touch with each other." Are those like walkie-talkies? Um, oh, okay. Kalibi says yes. Okay. So Kalibi and I, our minds are going the same way, and John confirms. Kalibi, the handheld CB that I bought had that capacity. Super cool. Nathan says, "Sam, other than that, you and Cynthia are the only ones said hi. Thanks, Sam. LOL." Oh, so we're glad you're here, Nathan. Sam says, "Nathan, how are you doing?" Great. How's your day, Sam? And it gets confusing too on who. I don't know if you guys can see everybody's in the who's in the room. I see your names as they pop up. So sometimes if it scrolls down too fast, it might be missed. And JG says, "I don't say hi." Okay. And at least he's honest. Like that's his boundary. We know it. Like, you know. Nathan says, "Great, Sam. So why don't you say hi, JG? Why is it that you don't say hi?" And this is where any type of relationship can have problems. Is some people get offended by that. Some people feel like I showed up to the chat, I interact with you, and there's different people. That's why relationships can be really hard. Kalibi says, "I just do a blanket hi to everyone so I don't miss everyone." That's probably the safest way to do it, Kalibi. Instead of one by one. Because sometimes, yeah, I remember my mom tucking everybody in, and she thought I was asleep, and I wasn't. I was being the good girl, nice and quiet, waiting for her to tuck me in, and she forgot me, tucked everybody else in. It's against your religion. What religion are you? What religion are you, JG? I told you what I was. Samantha says, "Had good today. Spent the day out running errands with my baby, dentist appointment, that kind of stuff." Yeah, keep that smile beautiful and healthy. Um, Lily says, "I'm being lazy to say hi." We all have those days too where it's like, um, okay, well, yeah, sometimes we are lazy. We get in our own little whatevers. Yeah, JG is a jokester, I think. JG's cutting edge, I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, jokester. Likes to get our minds going. Nathan says, "How are your kids, Sam?" Kalibi, "Because each one of you are special, and please stay that way." And that's, sometimes we need to hear that, just that there's somebody out there caring for us, but we have to care about ourselves as well because we're busy either raising kids or checking in with our parents who might be elderly. um, JG to Lily, "Are you a narcissist?" Lily says, yes, he's kidding and being, never mind. Kalibi, LOL, GG. Samantha, kids are doing good. I'm so happy they're happy and healthy. And Lily says, say what? Well, I think he's thinking that you called him a name. And but you never said what you were going to call him. Being a sweetheart. We don't know. We're assuming. um, it's against your religion, Lily. JJ says, ha. You guys. I'm just laughing. Sam says, thank you, Nathan, for asking. Lots of love. That's great, Sam. And against the religion. You guys are adorable. Back at you is what I'm getting. Couldn't be one if I tried. JG. Oh, why does she annoy you? If she's annoying you, let us know why. Um, she does speak her mind. She will speak her mind. John says, my neighbor has to get a lawyer now. He didn't do well trying to represent himself today. Ooh, yeah. A lot of people will make that mistake where, oops, you have to know the format. You have to know, otherwise it can uh, destroy your own case or get it. Yeah, it's always bad. Nathan says, I'm always asking because I care, Sam. Lily says likewise. JG, she plays. Yeah, she's playful. So does that annoy you that she's playful? Speaks her mind. But she uses the right emojis. So she's said in love and kind of laughing like it's meant in jest, you know. And that was how I talk about the different positive versus negative, how the 1 to 5 and the 1 to 11 ratio of when the balance between relationships sour, um, 1 negative to 5 positives, 1 negative to 11 if it goes beyond that. So even just those kind of little interactions keep uh, kind of like the spice of it, kind of keep the life going. And with how the kids were today, when I told you I talked in like the sternest, like I'm sure like the outside hallway probably thought I was losing my mind, but it was complete silence. And if you walked in my room at that time, you would have thought I was the best teacher in the world. Every kid was on task, every kid was listening and attentive, eyes on me. A lot of times, do whatever or look at each other. And I did, like I said, I scared 2 girls, and one kid was crying because I gave an example. I had a mannequin in my room, and I'm like, "Do you think she has feelings?" "No." And I said, "Do you think I have feelings? Like when my dad passed away, do you think that upset me? What do you think I did?" And then, of course, this one little girl, her sister was killed in a car accident. Other traumas too. The one with the sister, she didn't cry. I think she's coped with it. Um, but the 2 other girls I think come from the real secure, quiet. They're really good girls. They, um, you know how to act in school and try their best. So I think it was just very foreign for them. Nathan says, I hope everything works for you, Sam. John says, I'm surprised nobody really watched. I was going to. I had my computer. I even had my headphones on, ready to listen to it, John. And this is no joke. Uh, I'm trying to type switch from YouTube Studio to YouTube so I can search for it. And as soon as I was switching it, the neighbor girls knocked on my door. So I thought I heard something and I answered the door and they took Dixie out and then they came back and of course raided my candy. No, so if you come over, yeah, better come over this week or there's not going to be candy. How many pieces can we have? Can we come back tomorrow? So, John, I missed it just because I had like a half hour to do it and the girls took up my time. I want to see it. And John made a special little tribute to us survivors. So I'm anxious to see it. I can't wait to see it. And that was really sweet of you to do. Sam says, yes, JG, we all love you here, and we will play around with you and love you. Nothing is said with ill intent. Yeah. And as long as we acknowledge, when it starts getting heated, what our true intentions are, I think that helps. It was interesting too. I told you with one of, I had two ex narcs that I'm usually real sweet. I'm usually really sweet, but I get cranky every now and then. And I had said something to him like, "Oh, okay, if that's how it's going to be," or whatever it was, but it had like an attitude behind it, like, "Grr." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that is, okay, I'm glad you understand." I'm like, but whatever the actual text was, it was like he had no clue that I had that attitude because um it was a text. And that's why when you talk to people, it's better to build a relationship. Hearing their intonations, Josephine, you are so sweet. Thank you so much for that. Aw. And welcome back. It's good to have you again. Thank you so much for that. That definitely helps, and is appreciated. So Lily says, I'll search and watch John. So yeah, John, I was going to type in John Moran and tribute. So if you can give him the little catchphrase to find it, that's usually what I do for John, to find his videos. And Sam says, Nathan, sorry to remind you, but still no pic. Haha. Email Cynthia to email me. You absolutely don't have to. I'm gonna reread. You have to. I don't know. I need new glasses. Says you have to. Yeah, she's being polite. You don't have to, but it'd be nice, because you're asking what her hobbies are. Might as well let her get to know you a little bit. And JG, Lily can play with me all she wants. You're feisty. You are feisty. And yeah, I think we will like it, John. And Josephine, that really was really, really sweet. I appreciate that. JG, did you like my robe picture I sent you, Cynthia? Is that really you? Is that really you? Because it was nice seeing you. And it's always nice getting to know people, but it was in a bathroom. Was that you? Lily, did he flash? Would you like to? Oh, he would never do that. Why would you think he would do that? Josephine says hi from England, all the way over there. So I'm guessing 2 in the morning. Is that what it was? I'm trying to remember what the time difference is. I think it should be around 2, unless, yeah, something like that. JG, how much money have you made from YouTube, Cynthia? Well, it is. Oh, it's only going to show 28 days. I haven't made $100 yet. I've made like 90. I need 100 to cash out. And if you look across the board of all the different, it's over 1,000 hours worth of work, and I haven't even made $100 yet. So donations are definitely appreciated, because I'd like to grow this, but I'm going to be honest with you. It takes time. It's getting larger. I'm learning different algorithms. You can see on my shorts feed that I'll use like the same. I'm trying to figure it out. Same hashtags, and I had one that has I posted 2 days ago, has 2,000 views. And then I have some that have like 14, and they're posted around the same time. So really trying to figure out which ones um, pique people's interest. Also the algorithm, I think they have to be a certain amount of likes within a certain time, and my guess is it can't go under 80% likes. And YouTube doesn't give you a lot of insight. They have a lot of secrets. So they did start something starting in February with the shorts that I think I qualified for. You're supposed to get an email. Oh, that's what I got to. What's today's date? I have to text this to myself. Otherwise I will forget, and I can't do that. Because I don't always check that one email. Are you guys like me where you have your certain email and that's the one you want, but when you have to add other things, you start utilizing different email addresses? So I usually check my main one. Otherwise, I just have so many emails. Um, oh, come on. It's not letting me do it. There we go. Dang it. Why won't it let me do that? I want to email myself to check that email because there's something for the shorts feed that you have to accept it and you get it. I accepted something today, but it's not an email. It was a banner type thing. So Sam is asking Nathan, what are your hobbies? John says, I'll make you bionic glasses, Cynthia. Oh, that would be so nice. It's so frustrating. I used to read everything, everything had really good eyesight. I'm like a label reader. And, if I get bored, I read toothpaste and shampoo and just always reading back of a Kleenex box and aspirin bottles and whatever is around. And now it's like I can't see it and it's drives you crazy. I don't know. And then too with the glasses, like if you're too far into that's why I don't like being up in your faces, but at least you get to see my true eye color. That'd be awesome, John. So Nathan says, Sam, my hobbies are golf, bowling, reading, sports, and movies. JG says there's a YouTuber named Surviving Narcissism. He's probably making good money. Huh. And Samantha, I've seen his a picture he sent me on Instagram. So JG says, Sam, yep, naked. You had a bathrobe on. If that was you. I don't know if that was you. Kind of think it's a stock photo. Was that you? Was it really you? um, but I'll have to check that guy out. Why do you think he's making good money? Because of the name or he's good? Uh, YouTube's tricky. YouTube is really tricky. And it's very fluent. So, or fluid. It changes. Once you think you have the algorithm, they'll crack it and change it. So, yep, I have seen JG, if that was him. Sam says, Nathan, that's good. I like bowling too. I like that cosmic bowling. And I just had a lot of fun with that. I'm either like amazing good, and then the next throw is a gutter or one pin. I'm not like, where you get 5 and 4. I'm either strike or spare and or a gutter ball. Very inconsistent. Just like the YouTube algorithms. John says, too funny, JG. So it's okay for John to say it's too funny, but am I allowed to reply, JG, that picture was funny without insulting? No, I'm just teasing. If you got my gist, I don't know if you did. Sam says, all good hobbies, Nathan. And that's it, experience things. It's fun. It kind of brings you back to your childhood sometimes. Nathan says, I'm coming to Ohio, Sam. We can bowl. That would be cool. And it just flip-flopped. Lily, I used to drive around with a bumper sticker in high school saying that what, I'm coming to Ohio or naked, which so, Lily, which bumper sticker? And Sam says, where do you like to go in Ohio? JJ says, my blue eyes are in bad shape. Are you talking about mine, or do you have blue eyes? Um, yeah, I know my sister had laser surgery. I think that freaked me out. I had a friend, he had like an injection in his eyes. He actually went blind after that. So that kind of stuff scares me. Wheeler Nathan says, I can't wait to see your pic, Sam. Lily, why? Why don't sometimes when it is too much of a delay, I don't know why. Why did why did I don't know, Lily, what your why is. I'm sorry. John says, I actually bought 2 glasses a few years ago that are actually adjustable binoculars. They work great. Binoculars can work great. My dad, when I was 8 years old, lost his glasses in the ocean, so he couldn't drive, but he was out of town or states away, and he can't get specialized prescription, so he's using binoculars. He's in the van just looking out the windows and walking down the streets, and poor guy. Downtown Cleveland, Sam. Clebe, now watching you on my big screen, just waiting for the clothes dryer to get done, folding clothes while I watch. That's what I'm doing when I'm calling my mom tonight. I'm folding my laundry. So yeah, just enjoy it, enjoy the show. And I taught the word laundry to the Japanese today. That was one of the vocabulary lessons. JG says it wasn't me. Nathan, I love rock and roll museums. Some I used to hate museums when I was a kid. Museums can be pretty cool. Uh, the Big Lebowski photo. Is that who is there I don't know who Lebowski is. I told you guys I'm really naive. So, you gotta bear with me on that kind of stuff. I don't know about well, just probably some big artist, and I don't even know the art teacher here. Sam says we need to do a group Zoom call, show real-time faces. That would be nice. Yeah, oh, probably, I don't know. When do you guys want to do that? When do you want to do it? Sam says, "I'm gonna give you something, Nathan." Oh, StreamYard. What does that mean? Because I thought I had a StreamYard. I'm very naive on it. I spent countless hours, 40, 50, 60, I don't even know, hours trying to think this. I think I had StreamYard. It might have been a different name. I think I was going to sign up for it. I don't even know. This looks identical to what I thought was a StreamYard trial. I don't see any difference in it. So, uh, got a pen for who? Oh, I think it's for Nathan. I don't know what that means. So if you could tell me I think it's a platform somehow. Is that for vlogging, blogging, or vlogging? No, that's not the word. A podcast. StreamYard. I don't know enough about it, and I can't seem to find the answers that I want. Um, Part of it's because I don't know exactly which questions to ask. Lily, why are his blue eyes in bad shape? Oh, okay. Yeah. What's going on with your eyes, JG? Were you referring to yours? JG, bad eyes. So just like difficulty seeing. I can relate to that. John says, I'll make you bionic eyes that see in total darkness. I don't want to be in total darkness. I've been in caves. I went to this one that was called the Lost Sea, and it's in Tennessee. And you take, we were walking down. You're supposed to go into this lost lake. It's like a spring fed underground large pond, and like huge, like a big, not quite a lake. Um, but there was a storm up top, up on the regular ground, and we're under this cave, and all the lights went out because it was powered so we could see under there. And we had already gotten onto that boat. So we're on this glass bottom boat in a cave, and you have never seen black like that. All the lights went out and we're stuck, have no clue where we are on the water. And we had to wait for golf carts with headlights to come down and rescue us. But that is black. It's even closing your, turning your lights off in your bedroom with your shades drawn at midnight. It's nothing like that. And I want to ask Josephine. Josephine, how's your morning? Is it well? I guess it's still, but how's it going for you? Feel free to let us know. Amada, good to have you back. Um, Amada is saying hi to everyone. Tomorrow is Samantha's birthday, but that's way too short notice to try to get everyone on board with the Zoom. Need to get Horseman and Dog Defender too. Dog Defender had apologized for missing yesterday, so she might be joining in today. But yeah, so Sam, we'll figure out a time to do a live chat with everybody for your birthday. Oh, does that mean I have to sing? Kalibi, have I been to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam? My mother's from the Netherlands, but I have not been to Holland. My sister has. I have been to the Van Gogh art exhibit in Detroit. didn't like it. Other people are like, "Oh, it's so wonderful." I think she posted it was so wonderful because her boyfriend bought the tickets. Because my sister went as well. My sister didn't like it. I did see the Monet in Indianapolis, the 3D whatever it is. It was kinda cool, kinda cool. Um, but the Van Gogh was a letdown. That's the day I got COVID too. I went, from West Michigan to Detroit and wasn't feeling all that good. Went out to a fancy restaurant with a good friend of mine, and, of course, to be polite, I'm not gonna have her just have a big meal, so I ordered expensive dinner and didn't even wanna eat it, and got home, and I'm like, "I just have to go to bed because we were gonna talk about this Florida trip. I couldn't go because my mom's in the hospital, but that was just a few weeks ago. I haven't been there. I would have preferred that kind of museum instead of that, where they just posted on the, wall. They just had a 4 regular open room with it. The other one had different, sections for Monet, and that was a lot better, and it's half the price. Plus my sister paid I paid 60 bucks. My sister paid, I think, 150, maybe 120, but I think it was $150 for a bonus. They stopped doing the bonus. She was supposed to get, like, a free, Van Gogh book, and they didn't give her that. So everybody, happy birthday to Sam and Amada. So nice to have you here. Oh, sensitive eyes with the sun and lights. Ooh, that's probably worse. Yeah, I would think that's worse. I am sorry for that. And you said you did say you have blue eyes. Blue eyes see better at night, so that would make sense why your eyes might be, do you have red hair? Hmm, I don't know. Do you have red hair? John says happy birthday to Sam. So does Nathan. Ooh, um, lots more life for you and lots of money, says Amada. And I identify as water. Oh, I'm a fire sign though. Lily says, I got the blue lights on Amazon. I gotta scroll up a little bit. The blue light glasses help. Okay. Oh, it is Friday the 13th. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. So, extra cool birthday. Friday the 13th. JG says, happy early birthday. Hope you get a divorce. So you can give yourself your own gift. Lily says the blue light glasses help. I'll look into them. I've heard that too. I have heard that too. Amada says, "Oh my gosh, scary place in Tennessee's cave." I know of people who died in cave when they explored cave in the Bay Island. Was that from noxious gases? Do you know why they died? Sometimes they can cave in. I went to Ruby Falls, and that was really cool. I've been to a couple caves. I love splunking, and that's looking through caves. But, yeah, I've had some bats poop on my head. It's kinda gross. Maybe it was pee, I don't know, but you can feel it. Lily says, "Yeah, I hope she does too. She has a male and female perspective." Oh, huh. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. John says the 13th hope Jason, don't scare the poor girl, John. Yeah, hope you don't get murdered on your birthday. I think he meant that with a kind intent. Lily says, okay, um, yes, lots lots of more life for you and lots of money. So, oh, good question because narcissists tend to have a pattern on our birthdays. So, Lily, thank you for that question. I'm surprised I didn't pick up on it, but you're my buddy. You miss you get the things I miss. So, I'm gonna have to hire you or something. Split that $90. I'm not cashing. They haven't cashed me out yet, so I'm very generous because doesn't exist till they cash it out. Lily says, happy birthday, Sam. How does the narc treat you? And this is a true question. How does he treat you on your birthday? You guys have been together, I believe, 11 years. Um, you said it's been kind of crappy, the whole relationship, but on your birthday, is it even worse? You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but that is something, I think a lot of us can share our stories. And it's just something I want you to make sure you had the best birthday. Um, Josephine says, I have seen a light display in St. Philip's Cathedral. It was mind blowing. Oh, I bet that was neat. Oh my gosh. Like, I love light displays anyways, but in St. Philip's Cathedral, I bet that was. Um, did they turn it, like, on and off, like, to music? Or I bet that was gorgeous. I was in China, and it was kinda neat what they did is they had, you go down to what kinda water was it? I can't remember if it was, I think it was a river or, like, I think it was I don't know, we went to like 5 different cities, but there was water that we walked up to, and you could see, oh, okay, that was a river we crossed. We took a ferry across, but, they had, trying to remember if it was Guangzhou or Hong Kong, but they had the buildings in sync with all these buildings and light shows. That was neat too, but not I bet you the cathedral was even better. So let us know. Sam says, "I got optic nerve drusen, JG," and I don't know if I said that right. I believe drusen, uh, like a buildup over the optic nerve, which can cause like momentary blotches in vision. Doesn't happen all the time, so all is good. So yeah, our eyes, don't ever take them for granted. Future reference, Daytona sucks. Yeah, I went to Daytona when I was younger, and I think it's changed a lot. It has changed a lot. I was also down there once, not for Bike Week, but during Bike Week. I went from Cocoa Beach to Daytona, and I'm like, this is stupid. Keep hyping up this Bike Week. I think I saw like 5 bikers from the whole way up there, and I turned and looked down one street, and I can't tell you how many bikers there were there. So yeah, it definitely gets crowded, but Florida to me has changed over the years. I've lived in Tampa and Rockledge by Cocoa Beach, but it seems to have changed. Like, I don't know. For me, it has. So the display depicted the stained glass windows. Oh, we're getting ready to do something like that in art class. We're doing some stained glass. That's cool. That's so beautiful. And who was it? Was it Nathan? I can't remember who was it who mentioned that my nails were shorter. um, yeah, they're kind of stubby looking. I helped my neighbors remove uh, like electrical tape. You can see how big that window is. I got another decent sized window, but like upstairs, every window, there's a bay window in the front. Every window was electric taped off into like patterns and stuff, and painted. So it was all stained glass. So I had to like help take all that electrical tape off, and you got to use your nails and then scrape all that paint. So yeah, my nails are hit. Um, so yeah, JG doesn't like Daytona. I bet that was gorgeous though. I'm sure it was prettier than my neighbor's stained glass. So Samantha's feeling full of love, which you should be. For all the birthday wishes. Amada says narcs sabotage birthdays because they are extremely jealous. Yeah, and also, it's a hassle, or you're not a ginger. Thanks, science. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know about their eyes. If they have any variations in their eyes. Um, but Amada, good point. They can be jealous, or it can be a hassle, um, or they could be afraid that I don't know. Uh, they're just going to get bitched at. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think that's a. Let me take that last statement back. Um, just they feel pressure to perform. Do they get the right gift? And Nathan says, Sam, I would take you out for birthday and the kids. Oh, do I look that young? I think that means I would take you and Cynthia out for your birthday. um, and that's my neighbor asked me to come over. Um, but no, you're saying the kids, and that's nice though. Is Nathan would include your kids, and that's something that's important. Josephine says I saw a light display on the walls of My goodness, of a Georgian church or Garo uh, Garogian? I don't know how to say that word. I don't think it's Grogan. Is it Grogan? Um, hmm. I don't. I feel bad. I don't know what that word refers to. Garo? Is it Garo? I don't know how to pronounce it. Garogian? Garogian? I teach art, not English. Huh. And I wonder if I should know that. But either way, if it's probably a big church. I'm surprised I don't know what that word is. Lily says, I love gingers. I think Lily loves everybody because she's so kind to everybody. And JG says, Nathan, marry her. Let them get to know each other. And you gotta wait a week. You gotta. Oh, I see the rush, JG. She's gonna be older tomorrow, so maybe you should rush tonight while she's still young. um, but you got people rooting for you, and so Nathan says, Sam, I hope your husband does something, and that's sweet. Um, that's really sweet that she is in her current situation, and tomorrow is going to be her tomorrow. Um, because she is in that. So Nathan, that was very kind of you. Josephine says, "Oh, I sorry, uh, Amada. No, it's because the caves are so extremely huge that they got lost and never came out." Whoa, that's scary. Okay, mine were guided. I'd be too scared to go into an undiscovered cave. Wow, Amada, that's insane. Samantha says JG probably weighs 170, brown hair, about 5'10. Huh. And I'm wondering why what and I saw his picture. So how tall are you, JG? How tall? Brown hair. Do you have brown hair? Are you 5'10? And if you want to share how much you weigh? Nathan says I would marry Sam. JG says Sam, nope. Well, give us some details. Feel free to share if you want. Lily says fluorescent lights, it helps. And that is true, though. The different kinds of lights really affect us too. Nathan says, Sam, I take you out for dinner. Oh, Nathan, thank you. That'd be so nice. I don't think anyone is doing anything special for my birthday. My baby, my babies are excited, so I'm thankful for my babies. So, just enjoy the day, regardless of what they do for you. Just your blessings are with you. So um even if you either make your own cake or have the kids help decorate something, or make it a pizza night, make it easy, whatever makes you happy. um you can talk to your husband too, or I would prefer you wait to see what he does, but have like a backup plan, like maybe some Twinkies the kids can decorate. Nathan says, and a movie. JG, John gets Cynthia, Nathan gets Sam, Lily. Oh, JG. Oh, Lily, I love you. Well, same to you, JG. Is that what you're going to say, Lily? Our little matchmaker. We just, well, we just need more time. JG. Who do you get? Who do you get, JG? Huh? 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 Um, he's feisty. Lily, we love you. Samantha says, Cynthia, he has never bought a gift or taken me to dinner or anything like that for your birthday. Well, at least you know what to expect. They can be predictable, so at least you're not going to get your hopes up. Um, it's a mindset, you know, but that's sad, you know. And sorry, it flipped. So you guys are so silly. I'm sorry for that, Sam, but I can relate. I can relate. Nathan says, "Oh my gosh, Sam, your husband won't take you out for your birthday." And he's like, Sam. John says, I'll take Cynthia for sure. Oh, Nathan, Sam, let me know when you're tired and want a good man. Sam says, nope, never has. He has said, when I asked him about why, he says, I married you. That's enough. Oh, so he's saying he was the gift? Yeah, God's greatest gift. What about my nails? They're not, they're, I know. Yeah, it was Nathan about the nails. But it was working nails, you know? I am a licensed nail tech too. That's not what I do. I never, I got my license, never did it, but so it makes it even worse. I was a valedictorian too of that nails. JG says, Sam, why did you marry Al Bundy? Because Cynthia go on a date with John. I don't know, maybe. Maybe we're gonna do our little convention meetup, you know. JJ will be passing out. We'll do like a speed dating. And my sister did that once. Sam says he was and ran into somebody from my high school. She had a speed date with somebody from my grade who's we're 5 years apart, like my sister and I. And all I do remember, we were kind of friends or whatever, but the big memory I have about him, I think this is why we ended up being friends. They had burritos, and I don't like burritos. They like especially school lunch burritos. So I always gave him my burritos, and so he was always my my buddy. And what he ate spaghetti sandwiches. Have you guys ever had a spaghetti sandwich? That was almost like a staple. He had bread with spaghetti on it, like sandwiched in. So those are my memories. So, do you want a speed date? You might find somebody has spaghetti sandwiches. Samantha says he was wearing a Prince Charming mask when I met him. JG, that's what happened. Yeah, and it's hard. And a lot of narcissists, it is a different thing, you know. Um, I have a different neighbor who kind of wanted to go out with me, and did like a friend thing, and he was kind. Took me. We went out to dinner where his daughter worked, and little things like that. But it was never pushy, never over the top. Like, you know, it was just normal, and it just didn't go anywhere. But with a narcissist, they'll make sure that it's irresistible. Even the energy and yeah, they know what they're doing. Um, but like I started saying, I don't know if I finished it, but that self-aware narcissist who I came across today, he was saying, he's been in therapy 4 or 5 years now, and he was saying how we're not always the target of the rage, but we get the brunt of it. But can they heal? He was saying that some little thing, he felt it boiling up. I guess he caught himself, but they're still going to feel the same thing. And depending on the amount of stress, it's going to be the same thing. He was able to catch himself, but you get to that boiling point. We get to our boiling point too. We're like, just communicate. There's only so much we can take. Um, John says he put on his fake front. Nathan says, "Oh my gosh, Sam, how do you do it?" It's gotta be hard. It's very, and I bet you she'll say, "I am lonely. I am lonely." I was the loneliest when I was with my person. And if you guys could comment what you felt, I have a longing, or we kind of want to, you it's hard to be fully healed. There are times you wish you had that beautiful fairy tale of what you thought it was. So I do kind of get think about that, and wishing it would have been different. But it was the loneliest I've ever been. And JG says, I love to toy with narcissists. Uh-oh, are you a narcissist? Yeah, sometimes too, though, when you put them in their place, they often don't know how to handle it. Um, be careful though, JG, because they don't have empathy. I had talked about with my brother how my just play fighting with my brother. Yeah, he would beat me up. I was like, man, I didn't mean that, but sometimes The one in power can come back so much stronger. And I've been thinking too about the different power struggles. Um, you know, it's interesting. My mind's been going kind of nonstop. Usually, I think when you dream, you settle your brain, and then in the morning, mine is just going through all these thoughts. Kalibi says narcs are jealous because they need attention on them, not the birthday celebrant. Uh, and that's true, or they're like, all right, we'll do it for an hour. And if it's like, 3, 4 hours, they're like over it and they don't want to let you enjoy your birthday to the utmost. Yeah, good point. And JG says, I love to toy with narcissists. Sam says, oh, yes, that is important, Cynthia. You're right. Nathan, my dream guy. It's really nice to have someone talk kindly. It is nice. And we forget that sometimes. We get so used to the toxicity that, you know, don't stay in it too long to where nice and comfortable. Loving is going to feel uncomfortable because you're not used to it. They were saying, are we addicted to the drama? Um, because it's what we've lived for a while, that it's changing us. Real people need real love. And you're right, John. Uh, we need it, but we have to it's weird how it works. And you have to love yourself and not seeking outside validation. It's tough though. It's tough when you're down and you feel like nobody wants me, you know. We have to, like, they're missing out. We have to, you know, we have to change that mindset. It changes the energy. Amada says, yeah, I would be scared of the caves even if they were guided. They can be, yeah. Like I said, I went down there and all the lights went out. Just the idea of a cave, claustrophobia. There are some that were real skinny. And short too sometimes. Samantha said, like the tunnels. Samantha says, absolutely, Cynthia. I'd love for Nathan to get Sam. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, Nathan says, I'm here for you, Sam. John, Cynthia will forever have my heart. Yeah, we've been building up a nice rapport over the past year. You've always been such a good support, John. Super special guy. Sam says, your nails are cute, my sis. Thank you. I mean, I can't, it's going to take time, and I'm a worker, so they're, and I like I said, I had that nail tech license, but I like doing things and they just kind of get in the way. Plus they can hurt when you bump them on stuff. Samantha says JG and Lily will be together forever after the they might be because just like we were talking about that, I mentioned that little boy, that little girl, how they are so toxic together and they gravitate towards each other and they just give each other hell and then they go their own way and then they come back when they need some stimulation and aggression. And we were, some of the teachers are like, what's that going to be like? Like, we could just see it down the road that they're going to end up getting married. That would be the most toxic relationship. So, okay, so that's a good pair. I didn't even think about that pair. Yeah, I thought other ways, but Samantha, you go. Samantha's taken over JG. She's or going to step on some toes and be a relationship expert as well. Little matchmaker. Lily, Lily gets JG. What you talking about? Sam's smiling. Oh, come on. Why not? You never know. I've done those studies where arranged marriages can work out. They can be quite happy. So we're arranging it that for you. And Amada says, oh my gosh, I was withering away on a vine when I was with him. Yeah, I can relate to that. You know, it destroys us. And John says narcissists love to drain your battery. A lot of you will feel exhausted. Some of it is because of all the mental energy we're using, and just the ailments that we can take on. can be quite stressful. Samantha says, I can concur, Cynthia, loneliest with him. When I stopped trying and started breaking my trauma bond, I found out I don't even want to be around him at all. And that's when if you don't even want to be around him, you're kind of at the end where it's like, I don't even want to work on it, you know. Lily says, and don't Sam take action, be proactive. If he's not willing to work on it and you don't even want to be around him, that's when you know it's kind of over. Uh, so being proactive, he if you're let me ask you this, Sam, and as always, you don't have to answer if you're uncomfortable, but are you still hoping that he's the one that's going to file or move out? Because it's not going to work that way. I guarantee it. It's not going to. He no, he won't. So Lily's right. You have to be proactive. So, maybe in the discussion, you could say, look, I think it's best for the kids. This is all they've known. I'd like to keep them in the house. You can go get an apartment or, um, I don't know if he's game for that, but you can see what the courts award you. But, John says it's tough deciding what's right in terms of what to do next to protect yourself. And that's a good point. Sometimes we get that not fight, and they got to fight, flight, or fawn. We're in that fawn, like, and it's a fear of the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. Um, but you can stay in that state for the rest of your life. I don't know. You have to definitely take those steps, and that's when you're going to have a better life. So Nathan says, you can do it, Sam. John says, yes, she can. Amada, the utter disrespect they have for their victims. They literally treat you like dirt at the bottom of their shoes. We are dismissed, disregarded, stonewalled, diminished, and the list goes on. Yeah, and they don't look back like, this is somebody I supposedly loved, and I could at least be cordial to them. Um, they talk about those narc injuries. There's so many things that we've forgiven, but then it gets confusing because let's say the person cheated on us. That's an injury too, but the narcissist is just usually that first little injury, the first little whatever, like you shaved your mustache, why'd you do that? And then all of a sudden they're all self-conscious or whatever. It could be something little and you're like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. I thought you said you'd never shave it. Not meant to be a cut down, but a surprise or something. But that's when they're going to start devaluing you over a little thing, as opposed to a big breach of trust. There's a little difference. And Nathan says, I bet you're beautiful, Sam. John says, believe it or not, my narcissist actually wanted to do my nails, and I did let her purple nails for a while. Oh, huh. Now, I wondered this, okay, John, and I don't know, so I'd like you guys to feed into this. You are a man, and it's interesting because I know there's gay people. You haven't come across as that, but do you think there was something more to her wanting to paint your nails? Because I painted my exes during my nail tech uh, licensure, and I just painted them clear. But do you think she was, what do you that's interesting. I'm wondering if she's, doing that for another reason, just or do you like your nails? I mean, that's fine if you like your nails painted. I know some men do that. I'm just wondering about that. Would you normally do that? Or were you okay with it, I guess? So I gotta catch up. I don't wear makeup. Oh, you do like painting nails. Oh, that's Sam. Uh, you rarely paint your nails. Nathan says, I bet you're beautiful. So I don't know, John. I think there's something more to that. I don't think it was just couples time because she added the color. Unless that's something you said, you should do mine. And then tell me about that. Samantha says, I've been talking with my aunt She's helping me find an escape carefully because he has always been one for retaliation. That's good. And you reached out to somebody who can help you. And I'm glad you did that. So Sam is taking steps. She's being smart about it. Amada says that's exactly right. It's scary to be around someone that takes your life force. Yeah. And that's what it feels like too. That's why we feel so often, sometimes so desperate. Like, please just talk to me. And we latch on and we got to figure this out. And can't we change it? Amada says, life force. That's what it feels like. Sam says, no, he won't do anything. I know that for sure. Yeah, he's not going to move out. So I'm glad you see that because he won't. Lily says, keep her in your corner, Sam. Yeah, let your aunt help you. Sam says, that's what I'm doing, trying to find out Ohio laws to play my cards perfectly. Smart. Samantha says, Lily, yes. Nathan says, Sam, come to me. I'll take care of you and kids. So this is the thing though, is I know, Nathan, you got a really good heart and you really wanna help her. But if it was ever to work out with you guys, you have to build that foundation first. Um, Otherwise, it's just gonna be the same cycle, you know? She's got some wounds, that she needs to heal from too. And I know you'd be a great support, but, I just say take it slow. Take it slow. Get to know each other. And if it's meant to be, it'll be. But you do have a big heart. And John says one of my small garter snakes wants out. He's hinting towards it. Oh, don't bring him here. Samantha says, oh, Nathan. Amada, my situation is also complicated. All I did was stop overthinking and just filed. Started with a lawyer and it took a while. It's been a year and a half since my divorce. And were you happier with him or without him? Has it been a lot better since your divorce? A lot of people say they have a big relief and life's starting to fall back into place. Um, Nathan, I meant Sam, not for show. I'm not sure what you mean. Uh, and Sam sends some love. I don't know what you mean, Nathan, by that. John, I wondered about that nail thing. I normally wouldn't consider it myself, but that's a good question. She gave me her bathrobe too all the time. I don't know if either she had some secret fetish or a control thing. Like I got a dude to wear nail polish. He's so fucking pussy whipped. He'll do whatever I want. There's proof. Um, or maybe it's demeaning. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I'm a heterosexual woman and I've never had any desire to do that to a man. I know there are men that wear nail polish. I'm not judging on that. I know there are gay men, transgender, all that kind of stuff. But you guys seem, from what I knew, to be heterosexual. And it's very odd for a woman to want to do that. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I don't think it was pure-hearted that she did that. Um, could be curiosity, will he do it? But if you wore it for a while, I think it was more of like an ownership, or uh, maybe she would think other girls wouldn't want you if you had nail polish, or maybe to see if some guys would hit on you. I don't know. I don't know. So it's just something to me that seems off. Nathan says, yes, Sam. And if you want to wear it, that's fine if you want to wear it. But I know you like women and not guys. Yeah. And that's why I brought that up. Like, so John says garter snakes are actually very quite friendly. I know they are. They're just snakes. They're not venomous. They're not biters, but, or constrictors. So, and yes, Nathan says you're right, Cynthia, but I would take it slow. So those are the best relationships, because the people who either jump into bed right away, move in right away, uh, you know, um, it's usually a recipe for disaster. That it's to have a good relationship, it needs to go slow. Amada says, oh my gosh, without him, everything did start falling back into place. You would think it would be harder to leave, especially that I have 6 kids. You're so blessed. I am much happier and taking it one step at a time. So Sam's got 3 kids and you got 6 and you're doing it with 6 kids. So still happy and able to make it on your own. So that's fantastic. Lily says, Sam, just like Amada says, you can overthink and analyze it to death and waste more and more of your life. That's yeah, you're in that fawn state, like that rumination. Lily says, great, Ali. So yes, lots of thumbs up for that. Nathan, I meant Cynthia that I meant what I said about Sam. Oh, I know that. Okay. That kind of went through my head. And yeah, you're when you state something, I know you mean it. Kalibi, living with a narc partner for 16 years, I always felt alone. So Kalibri's experienced that too. You got somebody right by you, somebody you probably fall asleep next to and wake up or do weekend activities, and they can live in your house. Take laundry out of your hands, whatever. And at times expected a drunken Friday night if I see a bottle wrapped in a brown paper bag, vodka at most, and inviting strange men over. Um, yeah, that's hard. That's hard. JG says Lily will never get me. I'm just gonna take. I know you're probably talking about will never be in a relationship with me, but we're gonna take it. She'll never understand you. I'm just teasing. So there you are. Oh, Lily saying meanie. See, oh, look at you guys are fighting. And go kiss and make up because you guys are the next couple. Go kiss and make up. Amada, for John's situation, maybe she was a lesbian, and that's what kind of went through my head too. Maybe she doesn't want people to know she's got those tendencies, so she'll turn a man into as close to a woman as she can. Just that's still a man, so society might accept it. But I want to hear the rest of your words. I wanted to see you as a transgender. It might have been something she was into. Could be, or even just the dominance. Can I do it? Or the curiosity. Can I make him do that for me? Like, God, if I had that kind of power to change a straight man into, um, yeah, there is something more to it. Amada, thank you for that. And there's little meanie. Sam says slow is good, and I do know I need healing, but it would be so nice to have a kind-hearted guy. I definitely need the emotional connection for anything to ever come out of it, more than just friends. Yeah, I the emotional connection is extreme. Uh, oh, John, we got Lily saying sick that snake on JG. John says, based on what you just said, I think that's why she did that. Control, possibly. What others might think, but nobody even noticed during that time. Yeah, well, I told you I had that purple nail polish challenge. And not everybody notices it, but I think it was some kind of control. It's just something I would never uh, and like I said, I'll respect you if you do that, but it would never cross my mind. And in all honesty, um, I would see it as me disrespecting them, uh, unless I wear it. But I don't know, to ask him to go outside of his norm, and also society's norm, but not judging, but I don't know. So Amada says, yes, Sam, you can do it. I did it with 7 kids. Actually, I have one adult child and the rest are 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, and 3. I am doing it though. Wow. So it's 7 kids. John says relationships do take time. I know sometimes typos happen. Getting to know and understand each other. Good. It can link me. So, um, lick. Oh, lick. Okay. Because I was like, wait, and looking up. It can lick you. Calibri, I had to back shelf my emotions to get my half of the monies invested in our townhome. After a year, I moved out. Yeah, you gotta play it cool sometimes. Otherwise, they're gonna come at you. John says, "Good point. I've heard rumors about her." Interesting. JG says, "My snake can't lick." They can't close their eyelids. They don't have eyelids either. They can't close their eyes. Samantha says, "Yeah, definitely Lily and JG." We see the love brewing. Smoochy, smoochy. This is not an R-rated, X-rated. I don't know. We had the little flasher. JG. Samantha says, "Amada, yes. Thank you, my friend." Kaliwi, it's actually most of the monies that I've invested. I had to suggest him to refinance so I could plan my move. And yeah, so there's times that we invest. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, the finances can get real tricky sometimes too. But you can rebuild, but it's hard to rebuild a broken heart the more it gets damaged. And JG to Sam and a divorce. Um, JG Sam, when will you get a divorce? Yeah, there's times that you got to think about taking that leap. It's kind of I was a diver, swimming and diving team, and there's times you're afraid, and you just have to take that first leap, and then you build up the confidence. Otherwise, you get stuck and you just turn back because it's going to feel safe because you're too scared to move forward. That you just have to trust that you're making the right decision. Um, JG says, "I don't love Lily and I don't know her. She could be a narcissist." She could be. She could be. That's true. Um, all right, you don't have to marry her this week. How's that? um, there's a lot of narcissists out there. So yeah, definitely get to look for some red flags, but Amada says, "You're welcome, sis. Send you a big hug." And I'm not saying you are, Lily. John says, "Pete Snake is in the tree." Oh, goodness. You still got your Christmas tree up? Is that the tree he's in? Because I bet they're loving it. They'll be sad if you take it down. Samantha says, "When I have the safe opportunity, more to it than just leaving." And it is. But would your aunt let you stay for a little while? And some of the finances could, like I said, he didn't pay for any of our divorce, but a lot of times, I don't know your financial situation, but you know, uh, there's ways it can, whether it's through the mortgage, split of assets. Um, and if you guys would agree to it, if you would agree to it, then it you guys can do it yourself. Maybe I don't even know, 200 bucks or whatever. But if you needed attorneys, that's when it's going to get real expensive, and it can kind of be a playing card. Like, look, we can work this out where we just agree to everything, and then it's all said and done. We don't need an attorney. We can do this. But is he willing to do that? Um, so Sam says, when I'm sorry. John says, "I don't think Lily is the one." No, JG, 10 years go by. You may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? And I was in that boat, you know. I wasted my childbearing years, and I do have a daughter. Had a couple miscarriages, and I wanted to have a child again, kind of after the miscarriages, but never could because we just barely saw each other, and sad. And of course, in the end, they don't even tell you that it's over. So you just keep hoping, and then you're freaking out what's going on because you invested so much based on them asking you to stick around. So Lily's asserting sticking up for herself now. JG, that's insulting because I'm far from an arc. So she's shown a lot of love. She does speak her mind, and you know he didn't say that you are. He says she could be, but be polite. Be polite. You don't know her. So wait till you know before you call her a narcissist, just because people do, take those things as certain ways. Um, is it insulting or are you being over dramatic? It's that's the thing. Like, that's where it gets tough. Is it over dramatic? Does she even have to go through that drama for it to be under or over dramatic? Sometimes we have to watch our words. But you look at it too, like he just said she could be. But it's hard because sometimes we want to speak our mind. That's where it gets really toxic, and people's perception. She took it as insulting, and you took it as maybe just a statement like, hey, I don't know. She might be an narc, but that's where it gets tricky, you know. Uh, so Lily says Sam's narcs will never agree. He wants to continue to torment and play his sick ways on her. And hold on. John says my narc almost got evicted because she couldn't pay her rent for a while. A lot of them, the vulnerable ones, will struggle with money. The grandiose are usually pretty good at getting money. So that makes sense. Uh, Lily's asking with what? Uh, Samantha says, oh, JG, you don't need to play the tough guy here. You are a